Welcome everyone to the grand final of the Baltic's duo tournament. In the grand final we will see Adiopulse from Latvia, Aya from Estonia, JahX also from Estonia, and Positiivne also from Estonia. So we'll have 3 Estonians and 1 Latvian who is living in the United States at the moment. So soon we'll be starting with the warm-ups, but before we do that, let's do a small introduction to the players. Adiopulse is the high tier player of the duo. His global rank is 9634, country ranking number 5, and he has not participated in the community tournaments yet, individual I mean. His partner is Aya. His global rank is 9567, country rank number 10, global tournament ranking number 9, and 4-key tournament ranking number 5. Their opponents, who just had a match climbing out from the losers bracket, are JahX, who is the high tier player of the duo, global rank 2412, country ranking number 3, global tournament ranking number 6, and he has not participated in the community 4-key tournaments yet. His partner is Positiivne, also from Estonia, global rank is 12,957, country ranking is 14, global tournament ranking is tied with JahX, and 4-key tournament ranking is number 10. Anyway, we'll be soon starting off with the very first warm-up. And we will start the grand final of this tournament that has lasted already for like 4 days. And to remind you, in this format, there will be the duos consist of 1 high tier player and 1 low tier player. And first, after the warm-up, they will be facing off in the low tier players will be facing off in a 1v1. Then the high tier players will be facing off in a 1v1. But for the low tier, for the individual 1v1s, there's like a completely different map pool. And how will the players, what's the setting like behind the scenes? The players ban 1 map from the map pool, since there are only 3 maps in for the individual 1v1s. And the map that's being left, that will be played, and the same rules will apply for the 1v1, and rest of the maps will be played on a 2v2 format. Anyway, then we'll see just who will be winning. If you look at the backgrounds, how did both of the duos did in the past? If you look at Adiopulse and Aya, they actually a bit struggled on the very first match against Crazy, against Weakness. They won with the score of 4-2. Then they faced off against JahX and Positiivne as well. Like now they meet again once again in the grand final. Then Adiopulse and Aya won with the score of 4-2. Then Adiopulse and Aya won Bigatron and the Nomad Former with the score of 4-2 in the winners bracket final, and thus moving on to the grand final, thus where we are here now. If we look at how their opponents did, they had the first match against Artis and Crimson Rose. They won the match with quite a clearly 4-0. Then they had the match against Adiopulse and Mania, which they lost that time. Then in the losers bracket, they needed to face off Artis and Crimson Rose once again when they had the same score with 4-0. Then they moved up to the losers bracket and they won Xlude and Rocks with their score of 4-1. And in the losers bracket final that we just saw, they won against Vigatron and the Nomad Farmer with the score of 4-0. Now we'll be moving on to the second warm-up by what will be chosen by Adiopulse as an IS duo. So it will be quite interesting. Will the score? What will be the outcome of this match? Because in this kind of a format, it's quite difficult to say on which will be the dominant one. They're really close, score-wise and accuracy-wise. Of course, Jah being the top player in the lobby at the moment, but maybe the team play of Audio and Aya will be able to deny them. We do see a 7.3 star map being picked for the warm-up. I'm pretty sure we will see a team fail in the warm-up. That's my first expectation. But we will see. In the warm-ups, the points, the matches won in the warm-ups do not count to the match in total. So players are the higher players can pick any of the maps for the warm-ups. So it'll be interesting to see how if we will see a team fail from the players in the warm-up, but we will see. Adiopulse at the moment seems like the only one choosing no fail. So he probably already knows that this 7.3 star won't be a joke, but we will see. Oh boys, those are some beautiful streams. Looks like a jump stream. Oh, jump thrill, I mean. Oh boy. Anyway, to remind you that in the finals, in the winners bracket and the losers bracket final, we did not saw the special maps for the finals being chosen. The players are allowed to pick the extra maps, which are in the map pool that were locked for the entirety of the tournament, but are now available to being picked on the grand final. So would be cool if we will be able to see them, but we will see if the teams will choose to do so. The client is a bit lagging as usual. Hopefully that won't be too bad. We have seen quite a bit bad experience from Aya's perspective, at least, having some connection issues and just like a bit interrupting their duo's result in the match. I believe it was against Sweetness and Crazy when he disconnected 2 times. thus losing 2 points in the match. Hopefully that won't happen now, but we will see. Yeah, this seems like a crazy thrilling map. That seems very fun to play. But these type of difficulty maps we won't be seeing in the map from the map pool in the actual match. I believe the highest rated map was 6.2 star, which was the one of the LN map in the high tier 1v1. So actually, it's quite interesting to see what will be the map picks in the 1v1s. I mean the map bans. What will be the players banning? So far, we have seen that the most commonly played, I think in the low tier 1v1s, like all three of the maps being have been played quite equally. But there has been quite a big of a ban in the high tier player 1v1 for the Soldier Baka. That map had the biggest ban rate so far. But we did sell actually Soldier Baka in the loser bracket 1v1. But we will see if we will see that map once again in the grand final. We do see a fail by Positiivne, but well, this is a warm-up, so it doesn't really count towards the match. But I'm actually surprised, like I said, that we will see a team fail, but we did not. So anyway, now we're moving on to the low tier player 1v1s. So one of the bans is LT3, which is Vision, which is the highest rated low tier map, with jaw dropping 2.2 stars. But let's see what will be the other. Okay, and we will see End of Dream Dust. Kokoro will be played. I think this map is only 1.7 stars, but this will be a big accuracy battle between both of the two players, since both of them can set a very high score on low star rated maps. So I think, and since the patterns in low star rated maps are quite simplistic, then that will make that like that tiny mistake is quite costly in the long term. Even just getting a 200 or a regular 300 can change the score drastically. Since in this the low star rated maps, the node amount or density isn't that big as in higher rated maps. Thus every single node is worth score wise a lot more. So every regular 300 sorry, regular Rainbow 300 is really important to get at every single time. And since this map isn't that long as well, having just a 200 on this map like this is basically you're lost. You're lost. So, but since in the final we at the moment we do see a score we won assesses by both of the players so far, and the score is flicking all the time. At the moment, it's a bit more favorable for Aya, but we will see if Positiivne can catch up. And it's really hard to say. And this does seem like yes, and it will, and the map will be opened for the very first points for Adiopulse and Aya's duo, opening the map match with 1-0. So in the so Adiopulse did ban Sojabaka and Jah did ban Zenz and Zenz. So I'll be seeing Grief and Malice in the grand final. So we will see. At the moment, the match. Adiopulse did call for a match ban. I mean abort. Followed with some technical issues. As it turned out, there was a mistake in the in the ban call. One player called by the tag and the other one by map's name, and thus they accidentally did call for the bans of the same map. And it turned out that the map being played will be actually Soljabaka. And We'll be starting the high tier player 1v1 fairly shortly. So in the end, the map will be played Soulja Banka, same as the loser bracket 1v1. So we'll see how the players will play out. Adiopulse is a bit known for being a accuracy-based player on low-star rated maps. Is a player that can do lots of high-star rated maps. But we will see how in this how on this map will the players go. And we do see an early miss by Adiopulse on one of the on the opening of the map, basically. Since this is played on a score v2, this the combo is quite important, and we do see a miss by Adiopulse once again, thus putting Jah in a lead. Although Jah missing on the chord patterns quite a bit, and now on the stream as well. But Adiopulse also drops a bit, and again, a lot of misses by both of the players actually. A bit unexpected to see that. But yeah, Adiopulse is quite a bit struggling, dropping the combo quite often. But it doesn't seem like it that the big chord pattern miss by Jah will affect the match that much. At the moment, the Jah is at the lead, and Adiopulse is missing once again. That's not very good for his duo. Jah having a nice lead over Adiopulse at the moment. But doesn't seem like Jah is also doing it his best at the moment. Have seen him in a better shape in the past. But at the moment he is leading, and that's all that matters. Jah dropping a bit. I think as long as Adiopulse can keep the combo, that he maybe can catch up a bit, but I don't think that will be enough in the end. And this will be a point for the JahX and Positiivne duo, thus making score 1-1 in the grand final. Now we will be moving on to the 2v2s. The players will have a chance again to ban one map. Will we see SV1 ban once again? That map has a ban rate of 100% for the entirety of the tournament. Like, seems like no one wants to play that. Yes, and we do see SV1 banned as always. And that's making the map 100% ban rate during the tournament. I think I was like the only one who actually wanted to pick in a match previously when I had my matches. But sadly, the opponents did ban it as well, so a bit unlucky. And we see Burnt Rise actually being banned. So since JahX duo did win the role at the start of the match, they will be choosing the very first pick in the 2v2. It's gonna be Diavolo. gotta say, this is a map that hasn't been quite often picked during the tournament. I think I have seen it only once being picked prior to this match. So it will be quite interesting to see how the players will perform on this map. Now we're starting off with the 2v2s in the grand final of the Baltics Duo tournament. At the moment, score is 1-1. At the moment, it's really tight. At the opening of the map, the score is also really tight in the map as well. It's not quite dominant, but we do see a small lead at the start for Adio and Aya. Although all four players are holding a 99 so far. So this does seem like an accuracy battle. The positiveness miss is a bit increasing the score gap forwards to Adio and Aya. Since he is the only one who has missed in the map so far. Adio and Aya is still folding an FC, that's quite important. On score-based score v2, where the combo does play a role in the. And we do see a miss from Adiopulse and Jah. Oh no, unlucky. Probably the SV section did a bit, threw them off. And Positive missing as well. Aya at the moment is the only one holding an FC so far, reaching the 4-digit combo. And we're ending up on the map, and this does seem like a point for Adiopulse and Aya's duo, thus making score 2-1, which is not quite favorable for Jah and Positive, since this was their pick. So we will see what will be now the Adiopulse's and Aya's pick in the 2v2s. His teammate is suggesting to pick Tech 2, which is a symphony with the stairs based. Okay, and that will be the pick, yeah. And this pick by Adiopulse and Aya's duo will be Symphon something something. I forgot the name. Symphonic Core, which is a tech map. This map contains a lot of stair patterns, so it's quite important to hold the consistency on the stair patterns throughout the map. Actually, John going for the mirror mod. I think that's the first time we have seen a mirror mod on the official stream. In one of the off-stream matches, that the mirror mod was chosen as well. For those who don't know, the mirror mod just flips the patterns. The first pattern becoming the fourth, and second one becoming the third. So it does not impact the score that much. It just like switches the patterns around. All mirrors then. So it does not impact the score. It's just like some players find it a bit more preferable. Anyway, we are now moving on to the second map of the 2v2s. After this 1v1s, we did saw the score being 1-1. At the moment, the first 2v2 was won by Adiopulse and Aya's duo. So it'll be interesting to see, can Jah and Positiivne deny them in their own pick, like it was on the previous map. And we do see a miss by Positiivne quite early on the map. And we do see a miss by Adiopulse. This makes this bit more interesting, since the combo is a bit higher on Positiivne's side. That will make the acceleration of the total points a bit faster for JahX and Positiivne if they do keep their pace so far. We do see some accuracy drops from Positiivne and a miss as well. Another miss, that's a bit unlucky for their duo. Aya dropping as well. So it's quite hard to keep the consistency on these stair patterns. Anyway, Jah is holding still an FC on the map. Hopefully the server won't give too much issues. Anyway, Jah still holding an FC with a 99.68 accuracy. And we do see Positiivne and Adiopulse dropping on the same note. And Positiivne dropping once again, although the score is still pretty close. If we do see some drops from Adio and Aya, we can see the score turning the other way, but Positiivne is dropping a bit too much. If he can like put himself together and at least FC the rest of the map, and if we do see some mistakes from Adio and Aya, I think the score can be turned down the other direction. But that's not happening. Adiopulse missing and Positiivne as well. This does increase the score gap between Aya's and Adio's duo. Adiopulse missing once again. Adio actually having quite a big mistakes, unlike his teammate. Aya has been quite consistent in this map. Jah, on the other hand, has been FCing the map. Positiivne quite struggling. And the final staircase patterns in the map, and Drop having some accuracy drops as well. This does seem like this will be a point for Adiopulse and Aya, thus making the score 3-1, and we're going into the match point of the grand final. Jah actually with only 4 greats on the tech map, which is quite impressive. And of course with FC, but a very nice accuracy and very good performance by Jah. Also from Aya, only having 2 misses. So good job to them. Anyway, now we're gonna see Jah's pick for the duel. He needs to play smart. But the real question, will we be able to see one of the extra maps? So it'll be quite sad to like the 2 new maps being added to the map pool on the finals, but they're not. Oh, and we do see an extra map, just as like I mentioned. And extra maps are just maps that are added for the finals, and he does go for extra 1, which is a very brutal map. Very brutal. I think we might even see fails from the players here, even maybe from the low tier players. Maybe he will go for the strategy to maybe knock Adiopulse and Aya down with the team fail, because that is possible. So this will be quite interesting to see, because well, this map, even though it's 3.9 stars, it doesn't sound that bad, but it's extremely underrated. The patterns in this map are really awkward. I would say this is actually, out of the entirety map, including Grief and Malice and Zen's, this is the hardest map in the map. So this will be quite interesting to see. Will we see? I'm pretty sure we will see fails by at least some of the players. But the question is, will we see a team fail? Because theoretically that is possible. Anyway, sorry, client is a bit spooking up. Positively going for the big brain strategy and picking on. Is that easy or no fail? Can't see. I think that's easy or no fail. Anyway, picking on a difficulty reducing mod to at least increase the chances of the performance of their duo, because a fail in on this map, that will be, I think we will see at least one fail out of the 4 players, because this map is brutal. Like, the patterns are hard. They don't look that insane, but they're like really brutal to play. They're like the stairs, but they're like randomized and shuffled in, and that's like filled with JahX, and it's really uncomfortable. It's like an easier version of Empress SC, basically. But still ridiculously brutal map. But at the moment, Adiopulse and Aya are actually holding their HP pretty high, and accuracy as well. This map will drain their stamina massively, so we will see if they will be able to keep their pace till the end of the map, because so far they're still holding it strong. Of course, if you look at score-wise, Jah does have the best score so far, holding a 98. Adiopulse a bit dropping, but I'm surprised that Aya is actually keeping up the combo high. Actually, personally, I'm surprised by the performance, and we do see the miss by Aya. Adiopulse quite struggling. Aya is now also starting to have some misses time to time. Jaw still of seeing. Now we're halfway point of the map, and it's quite interesting to see how this is going. The strategy that is played by Jaws and Positiivne's duo. Jaws still holds a very good score so far in the map. Positiivne going for the safe approach and taking a difficulty reducing mod, but it does lower the total score in the duo. But we will see. Now we're coming up to the most difficult section of the map. We do see Adiopulse dropping, Aya Positiivne dropping as well, Jaw dropping as well. Yes, I know, Jaw dropping, but I think that's only one miss. Adiopulse quite struggling now on the final section of the map. Aya, Jaw dropping once again. And the final section, which has the most awkward patterns. We do see the HP bar going for Aya quite low. Can they survive the map? The final section, jump train section. This map is quite stamina heavy. Can they maintain the HP? Will we see fails at the end of the map? And all players survive, actually. And this will be GG towards Adiopulse and Aya. Actually, Positiivne also good doing a very good score. If he hadn't picked maybe the easy mod, no, it does increase the lower the OD. Never mind. And but this is GG for Adiopulse and Aya's duo, winning the first Baltics duo tournament. GG to them. And actually, if you look at the individual scores, Jah with that S rank, it's a pretty good score. I'm not gonna complain. That's a really good run for Jah on this map, because this map is really brutal. Anyway, if we look at the final results, we do have Bigatron and the Nomad Farmer in third place, John Positiivne taking the second place, and Adiopulse and Aya taking the win in the tournament. So that's congrats to them. And that will be it from me as well. Since now the tournament has concluded, thank you all for watching. It has been me, Strax, commentating the matches and hosting the entire tournament. And we will see what will be the next tournament from our community. I will probably make a straw poll for community to decide on what it will be. And once again, congrats to all players who participated in the tournament. Love you all, and see you guys on the next community tournament, whatever that may be, and whenever that may be. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and see you to the next tournament. Bye.